Hi, in this video you are going to learn how to copy a flip chart that has been posted to the server, and then also to make some very basic edits to that flip chart. And in particular, I am going to emphasize the page browser in this process. So I'm actually going to close this window. So we're going to start by connecting to the server. To do that, you need to get the Go menu at the top. And so if you don't see the Go menu at the top, you're going to want to click on this Finder guy on your dock, because that is always going to open a window to your files and folders, and it will give you the Go window at the top. You can also click on your desktop and you'll get the Finder or the Go menu. I click on Go. I'm going to choose Connect to Server. Staff.hopkins.k12.mn.us is the address for the server where these flip charts are. You do not have to type the AFP://. But if you do want to add this to your favorite servers, you click the plus sign here, and that way you never have to type that again. So that's awesome. Click Connect. Your username is the first part of your email address, first name _ last name, and then your password is your email password. Cool. All right. The directory that you will choose is called Staff Groups, and then you click OK. When you do this, a new window will open, and you will now navigate to where the flip charts are stored. So to do that, you go into the district folder. So I'm double clicking. And then in this folder, if you scroll down to the P's, you'll find Promethean Teachers. So I double click on that one. And then the science ones are all outside the shared flip charts folder. And Tony has a lot of earth science ones in here, but all the others are inside this shared flip charts folder. So I'm going to double click there. So for example, if I was looking, you can see there's all sorts of topics here. But if I was looking for a 5th grade math chart or a 3rd grade math chart, I'd click 3rd grade. Then I'd go into math, and then I'm going to choose my unit. Now what you do not want to do is do not double click on the flip chart, because you will open it from the server. Then if you start to make changes to it and save it, you're going to save the edited version that you've created onto the server, and you don't want to do that. What you really want to do is copy this to your desktop and then open it from there. So I'm going to drag this over here and drop it on my desktop. And so it's copied there, and this is really a whole second file. So I'm going to double click that, and that's what I want to open up in Inspire. So now that I've opened it up, what are some basic ways that I can edit this? Well, you need to be familiar with the page browser. If you don't see your browser window, which is this area and my screen, remember you can click Command B to bring it back. But what you're going to do in the page browser, what I want you to notice is that if I click on any page in the page browser on the thumbnail, there is a pull-down menu. So you can delete pages via the page browser, totally get rid of it. You can duplicate pages. So if I wanted to make a page, let's say I had this math museum, which is an exercise that I'm having students do, and I wanted to do another page almost exactly like it, but with some different pictures. It might be good to duplicate the page and then find different pictures, so you wouldn't have to start that page again from scratch. So duplicating is a very good option as well. The other thing to note is that you can change text. So if I'm on a page and I choose my select tool, I could click on a text box like this. And then if I wanted to get inside the text box, I could click on this text tool on the object toolbar. So I click on that, and I could go in there and I could change the text in that text box. So you can see that. Or I could change the color of it if I highlight it, and then I have my formatting toolbar at the top. You can get rid of objects on the page. So if I use my select tool, the arrow, and I click on it, I can hit delete on my keyboard, and I can click on an image and I can delete it, and I can move things around. Now, a reminder, some of these objects may not move. If they don't move, probably means they've been locked to the page. So for instance, if I click on that object, remember that you can lock objects to the page. that you don't want manipulated, but if you as the designer want to move that around, you can always unlock images temporarily by going into design mode. We'll talk about design mode in much greater detail later in the course. But if I click on this button and it goes orange, I can move this locked object. You just always want to remember to go back into presentation mode where that icon is blue after you've moved an object that was previously locked. So the last thing I wanted to tell you about the page browser is that there is a slider in the lower right hand corner. If I move that up, your thumbnails will get smaller. That's a little bit handy because then you can see more of them at once. And if you are working on resequencing those slides, you can click and you can drag them around. As you can see, I brought that page that was really at the end of the flip chart to the front. And the last thing to note is if you wanted to copy a page, so for example, let's say I have two flip charts open. I have the one I copied from the server, which is EM Unit 1-1, and I have this new one that I'm starting on my own called Untitled, and I want to take several pages from, different flip charts. I can copy any page from a flip chart to any other flip chart with a drag and drop. Watch. If I wanted to take this blue one here, if I click on it in the page browser, drag it up, and I touch with the tip of my cursor. I need my select tool. If I touch that tab and let go, then if I click on Untitled and look at this flip chart, it now has two pages. The blank one here that I can just delete, and now I have the one that I copied over from EM Unit 1-1. So by dragging and dropping from the page browser, you can easily copy flip chart pages from one flip chart to the next. So beg, borrow, and steal to create the best possible interactive lesson you can.